Samantha Brown, good to see you. Welcome back to Popternative.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat again all things From.
I mean, it's crazy. Episodes are rolling out of season 4 from an MGM Plus, Paramount Plus in Canada, but MGM Plus in the US. And we know that a 5th and final season is upon us, which is
very
so exciting.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 seasons of playing Acosta, right? And I feel like we talked about this last time. It was so interesting because you joined, not only like for a second, like for season 2, you joined like when 3 like seasons were kind of like established essentially, right? So do you feel like now you know this character, like, or are you still learning about this character?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with our show is we don't get the scripts. We film in blocks, and each block is 2 episodes. So we shoot 2 episodes at a time, and we have no idea what's happening beyond 2 episodes. Yeah. And so coming in as a new character on an established show, all I knew was that she was a rookie police officer, and that is it. And then every 2 episodes, I was just learning more about the direction they were going to take Acosta as it happened. So when she comes in and accidentally shoots Nikki, I knew that would be sort of a controversial thing to happen. And then I thought, okay, well, what's going to happen? Is she going to team up with someone? Is she going to piss someone off? And then when you kind of see the direction that they took Acosta in season 3, you're like, okay, this is the direction that we are taking. And then now in season 4, going in again, I had no idea where they would take her. And she definitely goes on a journey this season, which I'm excited for people to see different sides to her.
She's one of many characters that I think right now is having this, combination, in my opinion, of frustration and fear. And I think it is something that we see with Acosta in certain episodes more than others, where there is this frustration, but there is fear. How do you balance those 2 things when preparing? Because those are 2 different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people may forget also like the guilt that she still feels, even though it may not come across that all the time. I think she's burying the guilt of like the loss of life on her hands, and that she truly is alone in From. Like she has no friends, she has no one to confide in, or talk to, or open up to. But I will say that like the entire town of From is like built. We shoot in Halifax and it's all there. And so just being on that set in the middle of nowhere, there's just so much to feed off of in the environment. So I don't know, it's just strange thing of just like when you're dropped, like when you're in the diner and you're just like shooting alone and they like have the jukebox playing, like trolling her, like you just feel like you are there and there's very little that you actually have to do in terms of your imagination. So it's props to the production team because they've just done an incredible job helping us actors like use our environment to our advantage.
I'm so happy that you brought up that scene. It's almost like you knew I was going to ask. I mean, you know what? It's funny for the episodes that are out. I mean, it's kind of like not a given, but that's a cool scene, right? So, what was that like? Was there a song playing that wasn't like? What was that like specifically, like filming that scene?
Right. So they did play the song for me. It's Send in the Clowns. And what I was looking up because, John Griffin, our writer, he's so incredible and it's never what you see on the surface. So, at first I heard the song Send in the Clowns and I was like, oh, the entity is calling her a clown, right? But I always know that it's deeper. And so I actually looked it up, and Send in the Clowns it stems back to theater when something would happen wrong on stage. The production team in the back would send clowns onto the stage to distract the audience from what was going wrong. And so thematically, if you look at episode 1 of this season, that's exactly what's happening with the man in yellow, is he is transforming into Sophia as a distraction to distract the town, because he says something to the effect as he's transforming, like, I can't let them figure this out. They're getting close. And so I think he knows that the town, like Jade and Tabitha, they're getting close to figuring out what this whole thing is about. And so he's using Sophia as a distraction and sending in the clowns. That's what I think.
Probably one of the craziest reveals in television, in my opinion.
Insane.
Sophia is the man in yellow. Like it's
shifter. Love it.
Crazy. Is it crazy to think too, like there's a lot of, comparisons to a lot of, TV shows and horror movies, but like, and a lot of people talk about like how scary the show is. And I generally feel like how scary it is. And I don't get scared very easily, but this show like really scares me. Can you take me through the, horror thriller component of it, reading the scripts and then seeing it come to life. I know a lot of things are done like in post, but like, does it sometimes really feel scary doing some of those scenes, like maybe even being alone in the diner, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think people don't realize that like the monster creatures in the show, like that's full prosthetics. Like what you see, other than when they actually transform to looking like a human to looking like a monster, their monster self is actually what we the actors see in the scene. And so even my first day filming last season was when the paramedic team and Acosta, they stop for the monster in the middle of the road, and she like pulls her gun and sees the creatures for the first time. Like that was my first day on set, and like you're just like sitting.
Welcome to From.
Welcome to From, and then like beside you is the actual actor in full prosthetics, and so it's night and it's dark and you're nervous and it's cold, and then you see these creatures, and so you don't have to act at all. Like it's just all there for you. And again, like they don't have to do that. A lot of shows now, like with AI and CGI, they can lean on that. And no, and I think it's a testament to why people love the show so much, is like just the texture is there. And even if you toured Colony House, the set of Colony House, like the amount of detail that is in that set, like dust and books, specific books, and garbage wrappers and stains, like it just adds so much life to the show.
Absolutely. And it's interesting as well too, because Colony House, like there are people that that come and go at Colony House, right?
Yeah.
Like, and everything. And I find it interesting because it's an ensemble cast experience, but something I really enjoyed this season is, and I want to know what it's like doing those scenes, is, Harold Perrineau does an amazing job playing Boyd. Boyd this season is really kind of like dependent on in a lot of ways, you know what I mean, for a lot of things, and a lot of people lean on Boyd, I feel like. And one of the things I love so far about this season is some really cool one-on-one scenes with Boyd and characters. I love Boyd's one-on-ones with Jade. I love Boyd one-on-one with Donna. I love Boyd's one-on-ones with Acosta, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know, like, what is it like working those scenes when it's not like a ensemble cast, it's just you and Harold, so to speak?
Yeah, that's a great question. The majority of Acosta's scenes are with Boyd, and working with Harold Perrineau, as we all know, it's such a delight. Like he's an incredible performer and a great friend and person. What I will say about Harold, which has taught me so much as an artist, is he is so specific with his work. Like I remember in episode 1 this season when Acosta's leaving Colony House after she saw Elgin's eye get stitched up, and she kind of tells Boyd, like, you're a monster, like, look what you've done to this kid, kind of thing. And so the night before we were going to shoot that scene, I got a call from Harold, and it was late at night, and I answered. I thought something was wrong, and he was like, hey, I've been going over the scene for tomorrow, and I talked to John, our writer, and I just want to change one word. And I wish I could remember it now, but it was the smallest word that his character was saying to Acosta. Very small. It's like a connector word. And he's like, I don't want to like throw that on you on the day. I just want you to know now so you can prepare. And then I thought, in my mind, doesn't really change much, but like, okay, yeah, of course, like whatever. And then it just hit me. And I was like, whoa, it actually changes everything in regards to Boyd's intention in that scene. And I just thought, man, you would think that someone that has been doing this for as long as he's been on this show now 4 seasons, he's a lead of the show, that not that you would be lazy or coast, but that you would kind of just become complacent a little bit, right? But he is still locked into every single word, moment, every single time you see him on screen, he is specifically thinking about what he needs to be doing to make a compelling choice. And it was just such a reminder to me to like always be that locked in.
And I do get moments too where like Acosta's not having it with Boyd. Like there is that kind of like, let's kind of regroup. I get it. Like I apologize, but like there is like, and I don't know, like what is that in your opinion? Is that like stubbornness? Is that fear? Is it trauma? You know what I mean? Like it's interesting to think about. We're getting so nerdy right now.
No, I know. Look, I think it's like Acosta has only been there a few days still in the world of From, and she's a police officer. And police officers, I mean, we hope, have very strong convictions of what is right and what is wrong. And so I think it makes sense that Acosta is taking a little bit longer than another person to sort of wrap her mind around like what is right in the real world is not what is not necessarily connected to what you need to do in From to survive. right? So I think she is now starting to understand that like the right and wrong world on the outside is not true here. And sometimes you have to make these tough decisions and not be so judgmental in order like for the greater good, right? For everyone to survive. So I think definitely this season, people will see Acosta sort of grapple with that and come around to understand that this is from is different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like every season of this show, and it's interesting because you can obviously only speak from, season 3 and season 4, but like, it always ends with I can't believe this happened. What is going to happen next? And I feel like that's become like the theme of the show in a lot of ways, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, not necessarily like, it's always like a very insane, like big thing that happens at the end of a show. Do you like, were you expecting that joining season 3 after season 1 and 2? Like, I'm just wondering, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say what I've realized with this show is like, this is a puzzle box mystery, right? And I feel like season 3, the creators just took the puzzle box and dumped out all the puzzle pieces, right? And now I feel like season 4 is the audience is able to now take, I think that everything has been revealed. That's my personal opinion in little pockets of the show. And now the audience for season 4 is going to be able to take these puzzle pieces and start to really assemble a puzzle and zoom out and see what this all means, see the bigger picture. The frustrating thing is usually when you build a puzzle, you have a reference to the image that you're building. We don't have that image, but I really do feel like every season they're just having the audience build this puzzle quicker and quicker. And, hopefully by the end of season 5, zoom out, we see that full puzzle in its completed form.
Given what you just said, do you ever think about the audience putting the puzzles together while you're making from it all? Or is that something that happens a little bit after you wrap?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really think about like the audience's reaction to things, but I think we all love and appreciate how dedicated the fans are to figuring this out. Like that's the point of the show. And I think it's just my entire experience on the show has been so wonderful in the sense of like seeing people from literally all over the world talking to each other about this show and theorizing and talking about the characters and debating online. I just think that's such a beautiful thing to have people that would never be really speaking in their normal lives, but like now they're talking to each other from across the world about the show. So I love it. It's been a joy.
I always feel like when you join a show after after 2 seasons, because so much happens in 2 seasons. So you look at, you joining season 3 and then you look at Julia joining season 4. Do you feel like that's a unique casting situation? Like when you kind of are just thrown in, so to speak? Like, what do you think about that? Because season 2, it always happens, right? People join a season 2, right? Like season 1 is a success in season 2, but I feel like season 3 is so unique.
Yeah.
Because a lot can happen in 2 seasons.
I know. And like, obviously, if people haven't watched, I'm imagining whoever's watching this interview, hopefully you've watched episode 1 of the new season. But like, I think it's interesting that it's not just a basic formula, right? Like a bunch of new characters came in season 2, and then you think, okay, there's a bunch of new characters in season 3, but it was only 2, right? It was Henry and Acosta. And then you're like, okay, well, now this season we're going to have another new character. And so you have the priest, and then you have Sophia, but now the priest is right. And then Sophia, now we know that Sophia's, been there before. So I do like that, like they're introducing new characters, but not in like a basic formulaic way. And like, who knows for season 5, like, will a plane drop down? Will no one arrive? Like, who knows, right?
You know what really kind of, I wouldn't say upset me, but you know how you watch something and then a reveal happens and you think about it and you go back and like, oh my God, why did I say it? So when the priest comes out of the car, he's alone.
Yeah.
Right? And then so then they show the whole thing, right? Where the man in yellow transforms into Sophia, but he was originally alone. Like he got out of the car, like, oh.
Yeah. And I remember like when I read the script, like I remember like, when people say my jaw dropped, but it's like, did your jaw really drop? Like I was like, shocked. And the way that they did like the CGI of the actual shape shifting with the bones and, Julia Doyle, she's a contortionist, so she can actually move her body that way. And it was just unbelievable the way that they revealed it and cut it together. And I'm thrilled that they revealed it in episode 1. And now the audience, it's like the audience now knows, like usually the audience knows what the characters know. Now the audience knows something that the characters do not know, which I think is hilarious.
we're going to continue to attempt to put the puzzle pieces together because season 4 of From on MGM Plus in the US and Paramount Plus in Canada are rolling out week to week so they can catch you as Acosta in From season 4. Samantha, as always, great to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Your Instagram account is just your name if people want to keep up to date with everything.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I've been posting a lot of behind the scenes, so
you can finally.
Yes.
Which is the best feeling.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you did have some movies you just wrapped recently, so congratulations. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Samantha Brown and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.